Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State.
Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about last night's game, Pistons versus Denver Nuggets. Cade Cunningham, amazing performance. And we're also going to be taking a little bit of a look at his haters and his critics out there and going back and saying what they said about Cade in the past and how they're not saying anything about Cade right now. They're not saying anything positive. They're not saying anything negative. They're just silent right now. But months ago, they had a lot of things to say about Cade Cunningham. But before we get into that, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 100 likes and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So Cade Cunningham's stat line last night, I mean, this is just insane, man. 34 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, now in the same category as Michael Jordan. And it was a masterful performance from Cade. And it's not just the scoring. I know the 34 points is, it's crazy and it's rare that you see a rookie score that well, but I was looking at his defense last night. 4 blocks and 2 steals. The way he was able to just put pressure on the Denver Nuggets was just spectacular to see. I mean, Cade, he was literally just doing it all last night. The reason why we drafted him, the reason why I wanted him ahead of Jalen Green and Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes, I wanted him ahead of all of those guys because he literally does it all. He'll play defense, he can get your rebounds, he can steal the basketball, and then on the offensive end, create for others and score. I mean, Cade literally does it all. And the thing that was probably the best about last night is that even if the other guys on the Pistons, even if they aren't as good as Cade Cunningham is, the thing that we have that is interesting to see is that Cade, with his level of play, just manages to elevate others and he tries his best to get them on his level. So for example, Hamidou Diallo, right? He's obviously not the player that Cade Cunningham is, but when he's on the same court as Cade, Cade does his best to involve and elevate guys like Diallo and others. And then lastly, before I get to Cade's haters and critics, I'll talk about that crossover on Joker. My gosh, they showed that all over social media finally. Cade getting some love. They posted it on House of Highlights, ESPN, the NBA Instagram page. They posted it everywhere. So it was really, really cool to see Cade finally get some love from the mainstream media. But now we're going to get to Cade's critics and haters. The first guy that we're going to talk about is Dave Bing. Play the clip of what Dave Bing had to say about Cade a few months back.
What are your thoughts on this young team, and most notably, the #1 pick, Cade Cunningham?
I think he's starting to come into his own right now. I mean, we're worried about him early on in terms of his shooting, but he's been playing very, very well. So I think he's going to be an all-star caliber player. I don't think he's a guy you build your team around. We still got to get that guy. We don't have it yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, so he said that Cade Cunningham is not the player to build around. I said it back then that he was far off with that take, and I'll say it again now. Cade Cunningham is literally the perfect player to build around. As I said, he does it all. Why would you not want to build around a player like that? Now let's get to Stephen A. Smith, okay? Stephen A. Smith, I believe this was pre-draft. He was talking about Cade Cunningham's lack of aggression. Play that clip.
As well. And what have you, and I've seen some of these guys, and I've based on what I've seen what they could do. Let me say this real quick about Cade Cunningham. I'm a fan. I love his game, but I just want to say this, and Max and Kendrick, please feel free to comment on that. This is the message that I want to send to all college kids out there. When they looked at Cade Cunningham, they said that there were times that he could have been more aggressive. That's all they said. They said all the tools are there. Particularly him in pick and roll situations at 6'8" with his shooting ability or whatever, he could be a special talent. So we know the brother can play, and we wish him nothing but the best, and I got a lot of faith in him as well. I just want to make sure everybody understands this. When you play on the collegiate level specifically, or any level that's less than the NBA, if you play 30 games a year and anyone ever questions your motor, that's a huge bad sign. Because the belief is, on a collegiate level or any other level, you're not making the money that you're going to be making on the NBA level. There are less games, less taxing on your body. And so when you're in pursuit of that money, and you're in pursuit of elevating your game to another level, Russell Westbrook is somebody you should idolize.
Never made sense to me because in college basketball, Cade Cunningham was extremely aggressive. He carried OSU to the best of his possible ability. And coming into the NBA, I knew that he was a scorer and I knew that he was aggressive. So to hear Stephen A say that, I was shocked back then. And still right now, it doesn't make sense to me. And especially after this 34-point game, that take by Stephen A. Smith is just bad. Now let's move on to Skip Bayless. Skip said that the Pistons may end up regretting taking Cade Cunningham ahead of Jalen Green. Play that clip.
First summer league game, but I thought Jalen Green started making a statement that Detroit made the wrong pick at number one, taking Cade Cunningham. Jalen Green, I've said from the start, he can shoot it and score it like crazy. And I believe he has the potential to lead this league in scoring and make Houston basketball fun again. And listen, Cade Cunningham is not as explosive an athlete as Jalen Green.
I mean, that's just bad because I remember that was right after, I believe, the third game of the Summer League or the second game where the Pistons went up against the Rockets. And he had to say that then, like right after one Summer League game. How can you make that type of statement? It doesn't make sense to me. And then the last thing that I'll say before I got out of here, I remember everybody on Twitter was calling him Slow Motor Cade. They literally had it trending on Twitter. Slow Motor Cade, Slow Mo Cade. And now I don't see any of that on social media at all. I haven't heard from any of those guys who came to my channel and said those things about Cade Cunningham. So all of the haters right now, all of his critics, I don't hear the Slow Motor Cade guys. I don't hear anything from Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, Dave Bing. Everyone is silent. The only thing that I'm hearing right now is praise from the masses who are finally starting to take notice of Cade Cunningham. Everyone's been talking about Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, Josh Giddey, just everyone else except Cade this year in the draft. But now they're finally getting put on notice. So Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.